Hey everyone, Rob from Southgate Media Group here. Before we get started with this podcast, we have a quick message. If this is your first time checking out the show, we love that you found us and we really hope you enjoy it. What we have to say is for the subscribers. If you enjoy our shows, would you please donate to help keep these going? We don't want to have to put traditional ads on these shows, but this does cost money. So we really do rely heavily on donations. To make a donation to the show, please go to our website, www.southgatemediagroup.com. Go to the page for the show, and in the upper right-hand corner is a donate button. It takes you right to PayPal, and you can donate whatever amount you want. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. And now, on with the show. Welcome to This Week in Geek. It is January 17th, 2015. Lots of geek news this week. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Rob Southgate. With me is...
Lil Canizzo.
Hey, Lil. We got stuff to talk about. But before we do, I want to jump into a couple of things that are pressing.
Okay.
First one. We're sitting here at the Blue Box Cafe. This is Doctor Who themed, obviously, right? The big controversy for the last 2 weeks is that Netflix was dropping Doctor Who and all the BBC shows. This just in, I was reading in Variety, that's all been worked out. They're going to keep Doctor Who, they're keeping Luther, they're keeping all the BBC stuff. Yes! Yes!
That's good, because now I can watch them and catch up.
Yes, now you can. There's so many good shows on there. I like Ripper and Copper, or Ripper Street, not Ripper. Ripper Street, Copper, not Copper Street. That would be ridiculous. And Doctor Who, Luther, all that stuff. I just love that stuff. Between that and Hulu, I get my BBC fix. So, way to go, Netflix. Thanks for working that one out. You're excited about that? I mean, you don't really watch Doctor Who.
Yeah, I don't. I plan on it.
Do you watch any of those English shows?
I do not. I use Netflix.
Are you a snob about it, or
no?
Are you like, I'm too good for this?
I have 3 children, so it's very difficult. Once the Netflix goes on, they know Netflix is on, so they want to watch movies.
Every Marvel cartoon that comes on.
But that's my passion. It's always going to come first.
Oh.
So, of course, I'm going to watch
Marvel.
Marvel.
So you're a selfish jerk about it.
Yes.
Your kids are sitting there, big crocodile tears. I want Doctor Who. No, I got to watch Spiderman and Friends.
Well, they're going to watch it with me. They love Spiderman.
Yeah, I know. So do I.
So, I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so that was my one right up front. The other one is, this is going to be like shameless self-promotion, but it's just because I'm so jacked up from this. We added 2 new shows on our network this week. We added 2 new shows, I should say, between yesterday and today. We added the 12 Monkeys podcast.
Yeah.
Which I didn't watch the show. Did you watch it?
I did not. I got it on the DVR. I plan on watching it here shortly, but because I want to listen to the podcast as well.
Okay, so there's 2 episodes of the podcast already. I checked it out. It's great. I mean, and I'm not just saying that because it's on our network. It's great. I really enjoyed it. I always like Blair and Kyle on there. Yeah, and the show sounds awesome. So I'm just excited to watch 12 Monkeys. I thought it was a great movie, and it sounds like where the missteps are, it sounds like those can be ironed out, unlike most of the sci-fi shows where it's like, man, when they make a misstep, that's a pothole they never get out of.
No, that's great, and I'm excited to catch up on that show and also listen to this podcast because I did love the movie as well with Brad Pitt. I'm just curious where they're going to go with it. I don't have any idea. I knew it was coming out. I didn't read anything about it. I didn't want to get spoiled by it.
Yeah, I want to be totally fresh on this
I want to be fresh on it, and I do Blair did. Did they both do? Did Kyle also do the Strain with her?
They did the Strain.
Yeah, they did a great job with that. So I can't wait to hear their thoughts.
They also did. Oh boy, this sounds bad. I can't remember right now.
Well, you do have 70 podcasts on your network.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just sitting here watching Doctor Who.
Yeah, right.
I've never seen it, so this is all new to me.
This is an outstanding one. This is for those of you that want to play at home, turn on the Van Gogh episode of Doctor Who while we're doing this podcast and know what the experience is like for those of us in the restaurant right now. Okay, so the other part of the shameless plug is we just recorded a show. Have you seen Galavant?
No.
Okay.
I know of it, but
Are you guys watching Galavant?
I want to because Weird Al.
Well, he hasn't been on yet.
I know, but that's why I want to see it.
Okay, so on Galavant, we're just completely loving this show. And we do the Ever After podcast, which is about Once Upon a Time. Well, this is what's happening kind of in the middle. It's kind of a mid-season show. We loved it. So Martha suggested we do a podcast about it. And then, yeah, we got nothing else to do, let alone 70 podcasts. So we decided to add that. But she came up with the best name. The name is maybe not the worst podcast ever.
But never mind. Never mind. I was gonna go there, but
We're not talking about your podcast yet. But yeah, no.
Which is the best ever.
Wait, enough said. It maybe not the worst podcast ever. But yeah, it's a great name. We put it up today.
Maybe not the worst name though.
Oh, maybe not the worst name ever. Getting busted from the audience.
Man.
Yeah, Geeks with a Z.
Because we're hip hop.
Yeah. So yeah, that's. I just wanted to shout that out because we recorded it with Olivia, who Martha and I did a show with. We did Orange is the New Black. Oh, we did Under the Dome. You know what? I need more coffee in me to get these things straight, or maybe less. I haven't decided yet. But we did Under the Dome with her, and then she's a huge Once Upon a Time fan, and we just asked if she wanted to do Galavant, and she's like gushing to do it. So it's just a fun show, and it's got the best name, or maybe the worst name ever. Huh? Yeah, it's totally Monty Python. It's awesome.
Cool. That's what I figured it would be, and then the commercials with Weird Al, I'm like, I have to watch it.
Yeah, and he hasn't been on yet, but I'm telling you, the guy who's playing the king is worth every minute of your time. It's the guy. Did you ever watch Psych?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Timothy Osmondson, is that how you say his name? Osmondson? Okay, well, you know what? He's not on the show. We're getting it wrong. If you want it right, you got to come on the show. He is the detective, like the guy who's kind of cynical, the straight man on Psych. He's playing the king. And he's got this beard, and he's amazing in this role. So, high recommendation.
I'll have to check it out.
All right. We're off my stuff. I mean, I've got plenty to talk about, but you got any news you want to bring up?
Yeah, Fox is talking about bringing back the X-Files.
Okay, now is this a real story? I didn't read about this. Here's what I read. Last week, Gillian Anderson was on The Nerdist, and she said that she is down for this and wants them to do it. Then all of a sudden today I see a thing that Fox is considering it. Are they actually, or is it just a byproduct of her saying that? Do you know?
From what I'm reading is that
they're really
it was the Fox chairman, Gary Newman, that announced that.
Oh, I love when he did
talks.
Cars. That was an awesome song, Gary Newman. No laughs on that one? Come on. Chris, okay.
Well, that's what they're working on.
Chris Carter got his show on Amazon canceled, so I have a feeling he might be taking some phone calls.
And they want to bring back Duchovny and Gillian Anderson.
That'd be great. And you know who else they need to bring back is the cigarette smoking man and the lone gunman and Fluke Man.
I don't know about the lone gunman. I mean, I think they burnt themselves out trying to do their own spin-off.
No, the spin-off was terrible. That's not their fault. They're still the lone gunman. And then they killed him on the show. Spoiler, they killed him on the show. That didn't happen. We're going to have a Bobby Ewing moment. David Duchovny's going to come out of the shower and be like, that was all a dream, Scully.
The last 5 seasons of our show.
I had this weird dream. It lasted for 5 seasons. And
2 movies. Two movies.
And I think the Terminator was in it. I don't know. See, the T-1000 was in it? Come on, Robert Patrick. What was that?
Do it as his character from Californication.
I don't know if that can be played on Fox. Maybe FXX at midnight if they're going to have Duchovny in that role. Yeah.
You're right. So that's big news.
Yeah, that's huge. X-Files.
Can we make that happen?
It's done. It's made.
Thank you,
I've already approved it.
Thank you.
No, but I didn't watch it. Early on in the '90s. I was young and I was big into sports.
You were young. How old were you then?
I don't know, 10, 11 when the X-Files came out.
Wow, we are old.
I'm not that old.
You just look it.
I know. Yeah. It's because I'm balding and a little husky, just a little. But
Yeah, who are you hiding in that shirt there?
yeah, a lot of people. No, but me and my wife, before we had kids, we did our what we usually do in the winter is we cram
Hibernate?
shows. Yes, hibernate.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And we watched. I bought all the seasons were like $10 on DVD.
Right.
I bought all 10 seasons and we watched, or 9 seasons. I'm sorry.
9 seasons,
and
right?
watched them all.
Martha doesn't like to
fell in love
admit
with
there
the
were
show.
9. She says there were 7.
I
So
didn't-
you
I
binged
didn't-
through
I
them.
didn't mind the last season. There was the 2 before that were,
But the very last episode I enjoyed, even though I didn't like that they killed cigarette smoking man. And spoiler for those of you that didn't see that, who cares? I
been off
liked
the air
that last
for
episode.
15 years,
Right,
sorry.
right. But the yes, yeah. If you haven't seen it by now, loser. But I didn't mind that last episode, but it was a mess. It was a mess what happened in there.
Yeah. Well,
But that's okay. They can make it all go away.
they can, and if they bring it back, I think it'll do well. I mean, I
They
think
can
it's
bring it
stuff that
back and
people
just
want.
ignore that happened. Just start it at any point on IBN. I don't care.
It's true. I mean, because all that stuff is kind of closed off and sealed itself off.
Right.
It's then we can go into a new level with Mulder and Scully.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be awesome.
It would be Vince Gilligan, though.
Yeah, Vince Gilligan would have to come back.
He was the writer. He was the...
Well, you know what? He's not busy or anything with Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad.
I was gonna say,
Breaking Bad's
yeah.
over. Maybe he can do it.
Yeah. Let's write 2
Speaking
shows.
of Breaking Bad, we've got Walt in the audience here.
Say my name.
I'm scared.
Yeah, say my name. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next thing. This is a guy that I think you were going to interview that was in the news this week. Sanchez, the guy who was co-director of Blair Witch. Weren't you going to interview him?
Yes, we were going to.
Okay, so this is kind of one of those little nugget things. I don't know what to make out of it, but he said that they are definitely trying to get a Blair Witch 3 going, and they definitely are not looking at doing something like they did with Blair Witch 2. Okay, so your take is, ugh. My take is different. I think there could be something interesting if they approach it as if it's real time. It's now been, 15 years or something since that came out?
99, yeah.
So
16 years.
15 years later, take an approach like have people that saw the movie that are like questioning whether it was real or not, going and investigating and have some crap happen there. It could be interesting.
I mean, I understand why he wants to do it. He actually and the reason why we
Yeah,
were
because
going
he
to
needs a
interview him.
paycheck.
Well,
I've
no,
seen his Star Wars collection in that movie.
Yeah, that's right. No, but he just did a movie called Exist. It was I would call it a Blair Witch type Bigfoot movie, which I really enjoyed.
Oh, is it
And,
good?
huh?
Is it good?
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Bobcat Goldthwait has a Bigfoot movie coming out too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one looks really good. Yes. No, how dare you? Shakes the Clown is the Citizen Kane of clown movies. Don't you ever blaspheme Shakes the Clown. But he did this one, he directed it, and it's a Bigfoot movie, and it's a found footage one. And at a film festival, it got really good scores.
Oh, wow.
So how dare all of you that blaspheme the Goldthwait?
But back to Sanchez. I mean,
What are we talking about?
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about Bobcat. No, that movie was actually really done well. He did a great job on it. It just how many more found footage movies can we get? I would, when
Apparently Fantastic Four.
God. I'm gonna I want to leave right now if we're gonna start talking about that thing. But
Yeah. Oh, we have
that's-
a big Fantastic Four fan in the audience. I'm going to say his name. But actually, Bob, I am going to ask you to do something because I know you can do this. As a Fantastic Four fan, I would like you to give us the isn't the oath from the Silver Surfer something that you happen to have at your fingertips at all times?
What?
Doesn't he have an oath, the Silver Surfer?
No, it was actually,
I thought that was the one you used to do.
no, it was actually the,
Green Lantern's oath. We all know.
I'm sad to say it was the Green Lantern thing, but
That one, we used that one too. Wasn't there something
DC
with?
boo.
I know you were a big Silver Surfer fan.
that's so, but I like Silver Surfer, not so much that one.
How dare you ruin the podcast?
Now, Dr. Doom was my favorite villain of all time. They keep destroying him in every movie they do.
Oh man, yeah, and this one looks terrible. It looks terrible. Well,
Well, he's not Dr. Doom.
there's some geek news this week. they've gone into reshoots for Fantastic Four, and
a lot.
Yeah,
What I
and
heard.
it's the director is actually the one doing them, so it's not like second unit stuff.
No. It's going to be an abomination.
I like how all the quotes now about this have Matthew Vaughn saying, "Oh no, it's a good movie." Okay, Matthew Vaughn, you're under contract and you're getting paid, and you've made good movies for them.
Yeah, you're
why you're
a
saying it.
Fox director.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to say it's bad.
It's bad. You can tell it's bad.
It's I
And-
don't even know what to say about it. I mean, it is so disappointing that we're getting this movie. And I like Josh Trank because I did enjoy Chronicle. Chronicle was good, but I don't need to see Chronicle Fantastic Four style.
Right.
I want to see Fantastic Four.
Right. So do I.
And
I want to see it done right, and I want to see. I don't care about the original cast, but I do want to see that Silver Surfer again. That's
Doug
who
Jones.
I want to see
Yeah.
Doug Jones as the Silver Surfer again. He was the standout. Bring him back and do
With-
that thing.
with Lawrence Fishburne as his voice.
With Lawrence Fishburne.
Which
And-
totally threw me off.
Yeah,
I
that
like,
was
wait,
weird.
what?
But bring him back and recast the Fantastic Four and make a solid Fantastic Four movie. That's what I
Yeah,
want to see.
I don't understand why you're making them teenagers. I don't understand why.
No, it makes no
you're
sense.
not-
Why one is African American and his sister is
Well,
not.
I don't, you know what? But I don't care about that. That's fine. You know
But
what? If they want to go that route,
I do for one reason, because it's not the character. I don't care if they recast it that way. Like if you took Superman and suddenly he's a black guy, I don't care. Great. Who's to say? But when you have a brother and sister that are clearly a brother and sister this way, and it's never been part of the story, it seems forced. It seems like they're trying to put this in there, and it doesn't make sense to me. And I'm telling you, when we see it, it's not going to make sense.
well, she's the one who's adopted.
Okay.
The Storm family.
Why is
they're
she
the-
adopted?
I don't know, but that's how they're doing it because the dad has
You
been
know what
cast.
makes me
He's
maddest
a
about
scientist.
this? That I'm going to go see it and pay money for
No,
it.
what's
that
making
makes
me-
me furious.
I don't even care about the four that they casted. What makes me mad is Doom, who they casted, and the fact that he's not Dr. Doom or
No,
Victor
he's
Von
like an
Doom.
internet troll or something,
yeah,
right?
he's a guy on the internet who
That's what he's supposed to be.
Victor Domashlov, and I'm just like,
Domashlov. Is that his
That's
name?
his name.
That's awesome. Wait a minute. It just went up half a star. That's fantastic.
it's just terrible.
It sounds like it's going to be Domashlov to watch, isn't it?
Yeah,
I was working that joke. It didn't work very well, but that's okay.
it's-
That was a Domashlov joke, wasn't it?
it was people are getting ready to boo you.
Yeah, you know who got that one? All the Germans here, because that's German for stupid. Domashlov. That one went even worse. So, okay. What other news do you have? Because I'm going to scan.
Well, I wanted to talk about the Academy Awards.
Okay,
And-
I know nothing about this. I haven't seen who's nominated. I don't know anything. Except Birdman's up, right?
Well, Birdman's up, yeah, but I guess where I hate the Academy.
You have a
is-
personal vendetta
I have
against...
a vendetta against the Academy.
Wow.
Awards. I do not watch it. I will see afterwards who won, just out of curiosity.
Okay, but you refuse
But
to watch.
I refuse to watch.
Okay.
It is garbage because the people who are voting are all snobs. Because half these movies, how do you not give a movie that's special like Guardians of the Galaxy more
Right.
nominations?
Right.
You give them effects and you give them costuming,
That's ridiculous.
and that's.
How did Old School not win Best Picture the year it came out? I mean,
I
seriously.
don't know about Old School, but
Come on, it's a
But
classic.
you know what I mean? It's
Step Brothers. That should have won the year it was out, Best Picture. Who doesn't love Step Brothers? Everybody loves it, right? Who does
Does.
love Step Brothers?
the Nina, the Pinta.
I'm glad you
the
yelled out
Santa
because first you
Maria.
just raised your hand and
Wait, now you said does love.
I said does love.
Yes,
Is your name Pam or Pan?
Pan.
Yeah.
I can help you with that. It's PANM.
Oh, P-A-N-M. So
Well, that's what I want to talk about. I mean, like, once in a while you get the bone thrown for the geekdom. The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger gets
Sure.
a nod. But then it's like you can have a movie like Winter Soldier, which I thought was a fantastic.
Oh, it's fantastic.
film.
Yeah.
And some of these movies that I've seen, I don't care about these movies. And,
Right.
And the major audience doesn't care about them. I understand, you're looking at the direction and everything, every little fine point. But some of these movies,
But-
they're getting the bad rap because of what they are.
Right. Arguably, look at Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, yeah, there's flaws. There's flaws in all these movies.
Right.
But you look at a film like that, James Gunn did a brilliant job with that.
A terrific job.
I mean, it's brilliant. There's an example of, you know what? They really should consider him.
Yeah, they consider him the movie. You've got 10 pictures.
Right.
You're telling me that there's 10 better movies than that?
Right. Can you name them? I don't know what they have.
I know the one with
name 'em.
Cumberbatch
Name
is
'em.
in it. I don't.
Oh, yeah,
Birdman and Cumberbatch. That's Cumberbatch's movie. I can't remember the
Cumberbatch get it for Doctor Strange? That's the question.
Well,
he should. I'm putting it up right now.
I'm wondering if he's holding out, because I'm wondering if his price goes up if he wins.
Oh.
Because nothing has been
he's not holding up.
finalized.
He's signed.
He hasn't signed. They haven't announced it.
They have announced it.
Not an official Marvel statement.
Oh, give me a break. You know what? Give me a break. He's signed. Write it in stone.
Yeah,
Spider-Man's coming to the MCU. Cumberbatch is signed. Done.
I'm not talking about Spider-Man. We'll
And
get into it
Tarantino's
more.
directing Fantastic Four when they reboot it again.
Oh
Done.
my God, that'd be great.
Can you imagine that? That'd be awesome.
Because you know what, we get
They gut Galactus.
we would get Steve Buscemi in that movie, and I would
Steve
love
Buscemi is the thing.
to. Oh man, I would do it.
You know what?
I would do it.
Suddenly, I'm interested in that movie. I don't care about the casting then.
Nope.
Samuel Jackson and let's go. Who's the one? Kate Upton as the brother and sister.
There you go.
I'm into that. I'm into that for two reasons. I'll just leave it at that. Mr. Fantastic. Who would be Mr. Fantastic? You, because you'd be all skinny and stretch out and then
Sure, yeah.
back into this.
'cause that's
It'd be
special
amazing.
effects. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd like to see that happen.
I would lose several hundred pounds to become Mr. Fantastic. If somebody said you can do this role, I'll be like, I'll be in the gym. I'll see you there.
I'll be there. But until then, pass me the donuts.
Exactly. I will open up some Twinkies. This is not sponsored by Hostess.
So have you got more
Yeah, I don't
Oscar
know, my
news
pho-
you
my
want to
phone
step
went-
up?
no.
Okay, Seth Grahame-Smith, who is a screenwriter, says that the Gremlins reboot is in a holding pattern. Okay, this guy, he's writing all these like reboot movies that are coming out, and I didn't even know this. I've heard rumors about it, but I guess this guy was actually writing the Gremlins reboot. You know what? Do we really need the Gremlins rebooted?
No.
Is anybody into this?
No, just like Poltergeist is
Lot
going
of
to be
silence.
a Disney movie.
Yeah, Poltergeist is getting. That's another story
That's
this
terrible.
week. Does anyone want to see Poltergeist rebooted?
As a Disney kids movie.
No.
It's a kids movie, guys.
No,
not-
I don't
not
want to see it
Poltergeist.
rebooted at all. That first movie is perfect. Okay, I wrote a blog this week.
You
this
could write?
show, This Week in Geek, is going to start having a blog, and I wrote a piece. I'm intending on doing it having 5 a week show up on there. And when I write these, they're not just here's the news. I found that I kind of do what I do here. It's opinion. And I wrote a piece about this is going to tie back into this whole thing. You just got to follow me on this path.
Pay attention. 'Cause
One of the stories this week is Warner Brothers is talking to David Fincher about remaking Strangers on a Train. And people are kind of up in arms about this. And they want to use the team, or David Fincher wants to use the team that did Gone Girl. So it's the woman who wrote the screenplay and the book for Gone Girl, Ben Affleck leading and producing, and David Fincher directing. And when I started writing the news about it, I realized there was something else I had to say. And the reason I bring this up is it's going to tie back into Poltergeist. The point I make in my thing is when we talk about reboots and remakes, you take a Hitchcock movie. Hitchcock seems untouchable. The reason that we feel that way is nothing that can be remade, typically, the way we view it anyway, can be as good. It's kind of like the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa, you don't remake the Mona Lisa. It's a perfect piece, correct? But the argument I make is, what if Andy Warhol did the Mona Lisa then? Could that arguably be just as important a piece of artwork? David Fincher, I actually find to be a very talented filmmaker. When you think about him taking it seriously, making a film off the source material, not off of Hitchcock's vision, but the source material with this woman who writes a hell of a book and a hell of a script, and Ben Affleck producing, who has proven to be quite a producer, this could be correct. Now, the reason I brought that whole thing up and got that out of my system, That's not going to happen with Poltergeist. If they were going to do that with Poltergeist, first of all, you had Spielberg doing this movie with Tobe Hooper. This is a perfect movie, in my opinion. I love that film. It doesn't have source material to pull from. If you remake it, you're doing
The movie.
You're doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre being remade, and you know what? We're seeing the same thing again with a reimagining. I don't care. Yeah, I see those things, but they're not, it doesn't hold up. The Strangers on a Train could be a wildly interesting thing to watch, and it could be just as good. Poltergeist, I don't see anything involved here that makes it sound like that.
Well, I mean, the other
Is
issue,
there an auteur attached to this?
No, and the other issue with Poltergeist is they're not making it to be scary. They're making it for children.
Right. But
So
even if they were making it scary, it's going to be Michael Bay produces it when they do that. Oh my gosh.
Well, but it's just like we talked about a week ago, last week with Adventures in Babysitting.
Right.
And it's a Disney Channel movie.
Yeah, and that's going to be terrible.
And it's like, why just make up a new story?
Right. Make up a new story.
You've got
Don't do Poltergeist.
8 million ghost stories. Just make another one and make a different title. Call it Ghost Story.
Yeah.
Call it,
Well, and the story for this Poltergeist thing is it was different. They were going to approach it from the kids' perspective rather than the parents. And it's like, then why not just make a ghost story about kids and do it different? Use that as your inspiration, but don't make it Poltergeist.
right. I mean, they did one in the 80s called Mr. Boogedy. I don't know if
What?
you've seen that
No,
one.
I haven't.
It was great.
You got it on Blu-ray, right?
No, I don't. I wish I did.
Yeah.
All I remember is he left green glow-in-the-dark footprints all over the ceiling.
You know what? In our house, Mr. Boogie leaves green marks on the... Oh, that's a different type of boogie.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Sorry for those of you eating. So, and Gremlins, you know what? That one's not even that it's that classic. I mean, I like the film, but there's no reason to remake it. There's just no reason to reapproach that one.
But that's what they're doing. They're taking all these hits from the 80s. Gremlins, Goonies is looking to be remade, or an extra sequel,
No.
Ghostbusters.
Well, no, a sequel with the original cast. I'm okay with that.
Okay, but a sequel
And Andy...
30 years later.
Yeah, but Andy, have you seen how Andy looks now?
I haven't.
She is so attractive. I'll watch her for an hour and a half on there.
All right.
And Lil, frankly, if that comes out, you're going to be doing the truffle shuffle for us. So
Always.
yeah. So yeah, that's disappointing news that when you bring up Gremlins and Poltergeist. Okay, I got another one. Walking Dead. Now,
Yes.
do you watch Walking Dead?
Of course.
Okay, yeah, of course. Everything I name, you're like, no, I don't have time for it. I'm too busy watching Spiderman and Friends.
Except for The Walking Dead.
Except for The Walking Dead. Well, you know they're doing a spin-off
Yes.
series. Little bit of news about that this week. First of all, it was kind of buried in this, too. Did you read about this?
I did see that Kirkman said it was going to be kind of a different
Different
mood, a different take or something.
Right. He said it's startlingly different. It's not going to be startlingly different, I don't feel. But here's what we got in the article. It's set in Los Angeles. Now, that they have not said before. There have been rumors about it, but he says it takes place in Los Angeles. It's a father and his daughter, and the father is a teacher, and then like the girl's guidance counselor who he's in a relationship with. So those are your three central characters to kind of launch us into the story. Just like and originally it was Rick and his wife and Carl. Now they're doing kind of a teacher and a counselor.
Yeah.
So once again, startlingly different? I don't know. But
it can't be. I mean,
I like the idea of it being the West Coast, a different situation altogether. I mean, how great will it be if we see zombies like coming out of the ocean, zombies that have,
Surfing
drowned.
zombies?
And they're like,
I don't know.
surfing zombies.
That's my Sci-Fi Channel movie that I'm
They're-
writing.
Let's get on that. Produced by Southgate Media Group, Surfing Zombies. Did you see, there's a movie, I think it's an Italian movie called Zombie that has
With the eye, zombie, right?
Yeah, and it's got zombies that are like they drop into the ocean off of a boat, and then you see zombies like walking under the water, and then like a shark attacks and he starts biting his shark. God, 5 stars. That's genius. That is genius. Don't remake it. Just show it in the theaters.
Just like the 1994 Fantastic Four movie. I'd rather see that in the theaters.
That's right.
The one that they
The
shelved.
Roger Corman
the
one?
Roger Corman one, yep.
Yeah, actually, I would rather see that.
Well, I got something here.
Okay, lay it on me.
Tom Hardy.
Yes,
Who
this
played
is big
Bane,
news too.
Yeah, who played Bane in The Dark Knight Rises?
Yes.
He was cast as the one of the leads in the Suicide Squad,
Okay.
and he has dropped out.
Yes.
They first threw it out there that it was because of scheduling. Then rumors are coming out that it's creative differences. His part wasn't big enough for him to be in it.
Right.
Now,
which
Warner Brothers
sounds
is-
to me like they're throwing him under the bus.
Yeah.
Which also sounds to me like there's something wrong with this, and that's why he's distancing himself. That was my very first gut instinct.
I thought there was something wrong with it when they first announced it, but that's
I
just,
think there's something wrong. Even though you look at this cast and you're like, wow, great cast.
Yeah, I mean, you got.
But I don't know, man. And Tom Hardy leaving that, I don't know. It will be very painful for them. That was a very bad Bane.
Terrible Bane.
Terrible
but, I mean,
Bane.
They're now eyeing Jake Gyllenhaal to take that role.
Martha, did you like my Bane?
She didn't even hear you.
The guy from,
She thought you were doing Sven Gulli.
Sven Gulli. From Bill and Ted's. That was terrible. That was just a terrible Bane. Moving on.
Go for it.
Oh, am I moving on?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. Usually we have notes on this. This time we lost the notes, so we're just kind of going off the iPad.
You lost the notes. All right, well, I got another one. Zachary Levi is the lead in NBC's Heroes Reborn series coming out.
Okay, Heroes Reborn. Are you excited for this?
No. I liked Heroes the first few seasons, but I didn't watch the last. After they got through the carnival stuff, I was done.
The first two seasons, well, the first season's great.
First season was terrific.
Second season is when they had the writers' strike. So part of it is good and part of it is terrible.
Right. It was just,
And then it takes a nosedive.
right.
And we stopped watching at some point, and that's rare for me. Even the worst things, like you remember the show The
Let's see
River?
to the end, yeah.
Remember The
I
River?
remember, yeah.
Okay, I powered through that thing because even though it got terrible in the pilot, I still did it. Heroes was that bad by the end that I didn't do it. That doesn't mean I'm not going to go back
bad.
and do it. But
I could not watch it anymore.
but I like the idea of this Heroes Reborn. I think that the time is right to do something, and I like this casting. Plus, we have the horn-rimmed glasses guy is in it. Those are the only two cast members announced.
Oh, that's good. I liked him. I liked him a lot.
Yeah. The cheerleader's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Save the
And I
dad,
wouldn't-
save
and I
the
wouldn't
world.
mind
or whatever.
Hayden Panettiere back, but she's doing that. Nashville?
Yeah,
What is
you
it?
know what? I don't need her back. I just don't. She's going to be like a 40-year-old cheerleader on it now, and it's going to be like, that's,
She's not 40.
you know,
She's
it's
like
no.
23.
Really?
She's young, yeah.
Wow. She's not aging well. So,
That's another movie that we're writing, 40-year-old cheerleader.
40-year-old. No, that's
Just
already
like
a Lifetime
40-year-old
movie, isn't it?
40-year-old virgin, 40-year-old cheerleader.
That's on the Lifetime Network. It's got Donna Dixon and,
the 40-year-old bridesmaid.
yeah, 40-year-old's Bridesmaid. What's that one? My Invisible Child. Those are all on there. Starring Hayden Pantaleone.
Hayden Pants. She's not Joey Pants' daughter. I mean,
She's not?
no.
Okay. What's her name? Pantier?
Pantier.
That's like a French name. It's not said like that. I've heard it said.
Okay, she's 25, not 23.
Oh, see? I was closer.
Yeah.
If we're playing that game, I win. So, here's a big shocker that happened this week. Scarlett Johansson's going to be back in Captain America. Really? Didn't we kind of expect that? I mean, she's a major player in the second one. Why wouldn't she be back in Civil War? This was like news that came out this week. I'm like, Marvel, you've been hitting it out of the park. Why is this news this week?
I think you're going to see a lot of red herrings thrown out by Marvel.
Yeah, because they don't want everyone talking about the Spider-Man deal, which,
No.
mark my words, is going to happen.
Nope, because somebody's going to die in this next
It's
movie.
going to happen. Spider-Man is going to be
I don't want
here.
to talk about Spider-Man. I can't.
I love to talk about
I
Spider-Man.
can't. It's
I
like
love
ripping
it.
apart my soul. Do you understand this?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going
You
to move on.
understand? You walk in.
He's so committed to being in Spider-Man in my mind that now they're working on getting Peter Porker, the Incredible Spider-Ham, in one of these
I would
movies.
love that. You know, I have a Spider-Ham statue at home.
See?
Do you understand? When you walk into my house, I have a nice house.
Not
You walk
anymore.
in-
You moved in.
Well, it's true. You walk in, and there is a cardboard cutout of Spider-Man in my entryway.
I thought you were going to say Spider-Ham. I got really
Not
excited.
Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham is in my office.
Nice.
Yes, I have a 6-foot cardboard cutout of Spider-Man
Nice.
in my entryway.
We
And
have-
remember, we moved in. I put it there just to put it there until I found a
And it
space for it.
stayed?
and it's been there for 6.
We have a
years.
6-foot Boba Fett, but I'm not allowed to put it in the house there. So it's in the garage right now. And when I go in, I see him and I kind of cuddle him, and then I leave and go.
I don't cuddle Spider-Man, but that's
No, you.
in my dreams.
It's more like Ted. You've done worse things to Spider-Man.
I have
I'm sure.
a body
Like
pillow.
Wilford. You ever seen
I put a
Wilford?
Spider-Man
I don't want to
costume
talk
on.
about Wilford with you right now. That's
I love
disgusting.
Wilford.
Yeah, I know you do. So I'm guessing.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
I don't know.
It probably was.
Yeah, it probably didn't matter very much. Chances are really good. Okay, here's a non-story that's kind of funny. Eddie Murphy says he won't do Beverly Hills Cop 4 until the script improves.
He decides now to care about the script.
What about the last 20 movies you did, Eddie? I'm not going to do any of those either until the script. Eddie already made those films. Beverly Hills Cop 3, terrible. Terrible. Uh-oh, you like it.
I've seen worse. I do have it. I've
Yep,
seen
I knew
worse.
it.
How can you? I have to have the trilogy. I
That
mean,
was terrible.
The only movie I don't own that's in a series is the next Karate Kid because I bought
With
the whole.
Jaden Smith?
No, that's the remake of the Karate Kid.
Have you got
The
that
next
one on
Karate-
Blu-ray?
No, I do not have that one.
Uh-huh.
But when you
You're a
buy
big Jaden
when
Smith
you buy
guy,
the
aren't you?
Karate Kid collection, that's the one with what's her face who won the Academy Award.
Yeah. Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah. So I literally
That's all I know her as.
I literally threw that disc in the garbage. Like I bought the box set.
And you threw it in the
Threw
garbage.
it in the garbage. That it doesn't exist to me. That movie does not exist.
Did you put it in and go, you are dead to me?
I
Just
actually
like that?
threw it out my window of my car.
Wow.
I have a problem.
Anybody here shocked by that?
I used to have a DVD problem. Like I would have to open up the cellophane and smell it. No, I'm not that bad. But
You know what? He goes, no, I'm not that bad. How many people think he is that bad? Everybody here. Yeah.
all right, I am that bad. Not anymore, though. Not anymore. But my kids took all my money back in the day when I used to be able to go out and spend money on myself.
Yeah, right. So are you down with a Beverly Hills Cop 4? I think that's a non-story. First movie's great. Second movie's okay. Third movie's so awful. I don't want to see that.
It depends on who they cast and what they do with it. I mean, I don't mind it.
First one they're going to cast is Eddie Murphy. Judge
mean-
Reinhold, where's he been? He's going to be back.
I love Judge Reinhold. Have you seen him on?
What's he in now?
Wasn't he in Arrested Development for a little bit?
No. What?
Was he in Arrested Development?
No. You're thinking of Charlize Theron.
Yes, I'm thinking
She
about
was
Char-
on Arrested
No,
Development.
who was in? Maybe I'm.
He
maybe
often
I'm-
confuses the two.
Yes, I do. I do. Because I thought Judge Reinhold was going to be the new Mad Max.
That's right. You thought he was awesome in Monster.
I did. He was great.
Yeah.
He
Boy,
won
they
that
really
Academy
uglied him up
Award.
in Monster, didn't they? So are you excited about it?
Yeah, it's fine. I
Okay,
mean,
I'm
I'm not excited. It's like you said, non-story. You know,
Okay, here's
it'll
another
come
one
out,
I'm not
I'll be out.
excited about, even though I like some of his stuff. Mike Myers signed a 2-year first look deal with HBO.
All right.
Anybody excited about this?
No. Move on.
But he might do the Guru 2 HBO exclusive.
It's a terrible movie.
Yeah, I hear crickets and Bob laughing.
That movie and Don't Mess with the Zohan are the two worst movies
Don't Mess with the
I have ever seen in my life.
Oh my gosh, is that terrible?
And I rented them both at the same time. And
Did
I
you
watched
throw it
them
out
both.
your window on the way back?
And no, because they were rentals.
Oh,
And I'm like, I can't believe what I just watched.
I didn't watch
I can't believe Mike Myers went that bad and Adam Sandler went that bad.
I believe it for Adam Sandler. He's gone that bad a number of times.
But everybody hates
Grown-ups too?
Grown-ups, and I'm like,
Wow.
they're fine.
No, they are not.
They're
You're off the
okay.
podcast. Boom!
Part 2 was.
No,
whatever.
it wasn't. It was terrible.
I think I was half asleep watching it, but
Oh, it's worse
The
than
first one wasn't
Anchorman
terrible.
2. That's how bad it is.
I haven't seen Anchorman 2 yet.
It's terrible. Maybe if
haven't
you listen to our podcast, you know how bad it is. We talk about it. I know you tune me out.
I do. Like, I can't.
All you hear is Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm reading a Spider-Man comic while we're talking.
Cuddling your 6-foot cutout.
I am.
So, I don't know. That could actually, even though it seems like a non-story, the Mike Myers deal on HBO, he could produce something interesting. I mean, I do like the Austin Powers movies.
Yeah, but that's been 15 years.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
And the third one wasn't great. It was only the first one.
Here's what I'm saying. The second one was great, too.
The second one was okay.
Mini-Me humped a laser in the second one. 5 stars. 5 stars.
All right. All right.
So, having first look does not mean he's writing them or directing. He's producing. It's projects he brings to HBO. And I think he may bring interesting things. He just did a documentary that's been getting all sorts of critical acclaim. This could be interesting, but I'm not like hyped about it. But it is good geek news. I mean, it's here. It's here. It's something that might matter.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
You're a little nonplussed.
No.
Okay. All right.
We want to talk about 28 months later?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Are you down with this?
Yes. I'm a horror movie fanatic, as most people have brought up that I've let my kids watch.
Yeah,
horror
Alien,
movies.
and they're 3.
Yeah. They're 6 now, but
So the fact that they saw it when they're 3 is negated by the fact that they're 6 now.
yes.
Okay.
Wow.
I do want to talk about 28 weeks later. First of all, to
28
expose.
months.
Well, I want to expose my shame.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, really?
Now, here's what's crazy about that. I love horror movies. I love Danny Boyle movies. I love zombie movies. This hits every one of my buttons. The problem is when I've sat down to watch that first one, did he shoot it on video or something? It's got a weird look. It's kind of like, I'm going to be talking to the former electronic salespeople in the room. When you set an LCD at too fast a refresh rate, everything looks like a Spanish soap opera. That's what 28 Days Later kind of looks like to me. So I have a hard time getting past that, but it looks like it's awesome. And when I read the news, I'm like, yay, 20, I'll watch that when I'm 60 because I can't bring myself to watch it. Does anyone like those? Am I right about the look on it?
No.
It's a podcast. Nodding doesn't help. You haven't seen it, no. But you probably don't want to see it because it's going to trigger something. I don't think you'd be into that.
What, a schizophrenic episode?
She watches Pokemon and has a seizure, so. Yeah, no, but it's Danny Boyle, who's awesome.
It was shot on a digital video camera.
Is that what the problem is?
I think
But
so.
I don't mind. I think it was because when it was shot on a digital video
Well,
camera.
because
stuff
it's a
now
smaller
looks better.
camera. Yeah, I mean, it's because it feels it's not as bad as like a found footage type movie where you can see that it's
we're
like.
falling down that rabbit hole again, huh?
But it was filmed to be more realistic looking,
Okay.
And like gritty because of what was going on. I mean, it was
Okay.
London in turmoil. It was like the whole. I think they put
See,
some
and it takes
layers
place in
of color
London
over
with
it.
zombies.
It'd be like news footage on
Oh, really?
Yeah,
News
for
footage?
a lot
Doesn't
of
this
it.
sound awesome? I think we need to watch this. I think we need to watch both of them, and then yeah, I think we need to.
Yeah, I think you do.
Okay.
I'm actually shocked
So that's my
that you
shame.
haven't.
That's my shame. But they're
I
working
mean,
on
at
a
least
third.
the first one, because the second one was okay. The first one was terrific.
I'm a completist. I got to see it all.
Well, that's fine.
I have to see the new Chucky movie too. I still haven't seen that one. That's how completist I am.
I heard it was really good.
Did you?
Yeah, and I have not gotten to see it yet either, and I'm a big Child's Play fan.
3 is so bad.
Agreed.
Oh, it's so bad. Okay, we'll move on from Chucky. Avatar got delayed till 2017.
All right.
Okay, here's the deal with Avatar.
It's going to
First
come
of
out
all,
at the same time as the Disney park opens.
yeah. First of all, exactly. First of all, are you guys Avatar fans? Like it. I'm not hearing like woo Avatar woo.
I don't think anybody is a woo Avatar woo. I really don't. I mean,
It was
I know
this
it made
huge
$2 billion,
movie.
but I think it made $2 billion because of
Because
you
of
have
the
to see
3D
the
effects
3D
in the
and
theater,
those,
the
like,
IMAX,
you know,
right?
you geek out at it, but then
And then
it's
you
like,
watch it, and it's Dances with Wolves with blue
It's
guys.
not even Dances with Wolves. It's Pocahontas.
like the Smurfs.
Yeah.
It's Pocahontas, actually.
Now, if they made Dances with Wolves with Smurfs, now Dances with Smurfette. Now I'm in it. Katy Perry does the voice of Smurfette.
Are we getting Neil Patrick Harris to be in that?
Oh, that would be even better. Have you seen him on American Horror Story?
I haven't yet.
Does anyone watch American Horror Story? Neil Patrick Harris he's only been on 1 episode, I think, or maybe 2. He's amazing on it. He's amazing on it. There are 2 characters you got to watch that show for. The guy who plays Dandy and Neil Patrick Harris. And that's saying a lot because it's got Kathy Bates on it, who's amazing. I mean, there's so many good people on it, but Neil Patrick Harris is a tour de force on it.
What is this character? Like, what does he do?
He is a...
Because this is the circus still, right?
Yes, and spoiler, I'll give you a couple of things. He buys the circus. He's a magician, and he has a dummy, and the
That's
dummy
alive.
he believes is real and has arguments with it. It's like, do you guys remember that movie from the 70s? It was called I think it was called Dummy, wasn't it? Or Magic. Remember how that was so messed up?
That's
And it gave
terrible that you
everybody
remember that.
nightmares, even people that aren't scared of dolls. That's what his doll is. And when you see the doll in this, because he's got this weird-looking ventriloquist dummy that he talks to like it's real, and even the freaks are like, but
This guy's a freak.
when they're out of the room and the dummy talks to him, it's an actress, and it's the girl. I don't know if you ever watch American Horror Story, but there's a girl with Down syndrome who's been on every season, and she's fantastic on the show. She plays the dummy. So she turns around and you're like, it's so bizarre. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, Neil Patrick Harris in what?
I forgot.
I forgot what we were talking about.
What were we talking? Oh, the Smurfs.
Avatar.
Dances with Smurfs.
Yes. So they're going to do 3 Avatar sequels back
I
to
don't know
back
where
to
we
back.
went here.
And
We're talking about Avatar to American Horror Story. It's in Neil Patrick Harris too.
you know what? I'm going to draw you a roadmap of this conversation afterwards. You can follow it and get to the treasure at the end. So anyway, he's going to do 3. He's delaying it. I actually think that's a wise choice because he said it's because they're working on script and they're trying to get everything. They're writing the scripts as they're doing character design and blah, blah, blah. Please work on the script. Please make it more interesting. I hope it's good. I hope that he's doing universe building that's going to be something spectacular. I did not love Avatar. I like it. I like it, Dottie. I like it. I don't love it.
I agree with you. I like it. I'm not going to be first in. I guess I'll have to because I'm sure I'm going to have to review it. But
First in line.
opening weekend, first in line, like I am for Spider-Man or something like that.
Did you bring up Spider-Man again?
Of course, it's always Spider-Man.
You know what? As long as we were talking about
Spider-Man.
no, Mike Myers getting his deal. The other big geek news that happened, and this I don't know if everyone's going to think this is huge news, but to me it was real important, and I have mixed feelings about it. But Woody Allen has a first look thing. He made a deal with Amazon to direct and write his first TV show. Here's why I have mixed feelings. First of all, without getting into all the feelings about Woody Allen and the situation, we'll call it, not the guy from Jersey Shore. No laugh at the Jersey Shore reference? Come on. I should have said Snooki. That always gets a laugh.
I think we're a couple years past.
Not me. I just started watching it. I got the Blu-ray box set.
It's terrible.
No, I would never.
No, you would.
Let's put all that aside. Woody Allen is a mixed bag at this point. When it's good, it is brilliant. Like Midnight in Paris was an amazing film. Sweet and Lowdown is in my top 10 possibly, and that's saying a lot. But then some of these movies, like he comes out with stuff, and I start watching it, and I go, what is this? Is this the same guy? It doesn't have to be funny. It can be, it doesn't have to be a typical Woody Allen movie. Sweet and Lowdown certainly wasn't. But is his TV show going to be genius Woody Allen? Or is it going to be that other guy? Is it going to be Adam Sandler Woody Allen? Oh. Oh, no. I would never insult him that much.
I can handle Woody in small doses, I think.
All right,
I think
that's a personal thing. I don't think we
Yeah.
need to talk about in front of the kids.
All right, let me rephrase that. I can handle Woody Allen in small doses.
That's a personal thing. I don't think we should bring up in front of the kids.
I just don't know how he would do with a TV series. I mean, I know it's an Amazon, so I mean he's got kind of free reign to do whatever he wants.
He also may only set the tone. He may be showrunner, direct the first episode, and then just kind of showrun it, and it could be really good.
It's true.
So to me, it's big geek news because I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see what he could do, but I'm hesitant. It's not like when you hear Vince Gilligan is doing another series. When he's doing Better Call Saul, and you're like, aside from the fact that it's Breaking Bad and it's kind of a sequel, the guy who created and show ran Breaking Bad is doing another series. I am in. I am down. That's a different type of excitement than this. So I think that's what my point really was.
All right.
You're like, whatever your point is, Rob. Keep babbling.
I'm only 35, Woody Allen's kind of
Oh, Woody Allen. You know what? You're missing out if you don't know the Woody Allen movies.
No, I do.
Do you watch Woody Allen movies?
I've seen Woody Allen movies.
Okay.
Do I watch? Do I go out and search? No.
Name the best ones. Name the ones that you've loved.
That's the thing. I haven't loved any of them.
What have you seen? Watch, it's gonna be all the garbage. It's gonna be like
Probably.
I
Yeah,
am.
exactly. I don't remember.
Did you see Broadway Danny Rose?
No.
You've missed out on a classic. Did you
All right.
see Sweet and Lowdown?
I believe I have.
How dare you not say that's genius? Let's see. We're going to fist fight here in a second. Yeah, okay. Your homework for next week is to watch the entire catalog of Woody Allen.
I don't think
and
so.
we'll discuss it.
He was in Casino Royale, the original.
If
That was
that's
terrible.
If that's your go-to.
It is my go-to.
He was in Ants. Did you see Ants?
I did see Ants.
I loved Ants. You hated Ants?
No, we're talking about Casino Royale.
Oh yeah, Casino Royale.
The original.
Not the
new one.
remake. The remake was awesome. Or the not remake.
No, it's
The actual proper
it's
James
not in
Bond.
canon.
Purple Rose of Cairo.
Purple Rose of Cairo is brilliant.
Just watched Annie Hall.
Yeah, Annie Hall.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's a brilliant movie.
Alice.
Yeah, Alice was great too. If you didn't see Alice, Crimes and Misdemeanors is great. We're just gonna shout out names. Yeah, and her sisters. Yeah.
I've seen. I know I've seen most of those.
That one takes place at Thanksgiving. We talked about it on our Thanksgiving show.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Little throwback. What's Up, Tiger Lily's a great one too. Alil's like, I have no
will
idea
have
what
to
that
check
is. I'm
out, yes.
35.
Is
I
it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Okay, are we done with the news or did we hit everything?
Yes, we are done. The people are booing you off stage. Not me. I'm very delightful.
You're delightful.
Your wife wants you to be quiet.
When I think
That's not the
delightful,
first
I
time.
think Alil. All right, well, that's it for the Geek News. That was This Week in Geek. Thank you for listening, everybody. This was live at the Blue Box. We have to give the date because this happens every week. It's January 17th, 2015. Thank you so much for listening. You can find our past episodes on our website, which is www.southgatemediagroup.com. Follow me on Twitter, where I post about all of our shows and other stuff at rsouthgate. And Alil, you are on another show. Give us your info.
I am on the League of Geeks podcast. That's Geeks with a Z.
Yeah, because you can't spell.
Because we're hip hop.
Yep.
And my Twitter handle is LOGEEKZ for League of Geeks.
Yes. And Alil and I are also on the Nuff Said podcast, which is kind of a juggernaut of Marvel conversation. We never bring up Spiderman. It's amazing.
It's not true.
It's like,
If we did it, we would be talking for 5 minutes.
oh my
and the
gosh,
podcast
it's a
would be
black
over.
hole for us over there. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for listening.
Good night.